There are thousands of good reasons why magic doesn't rule the world. They're called witches and wizards. Azuth is the god of spellcasters, known as the Lord of Spells, the Hand of Sorcery, and the First Magister, among other titles. He typically appears to his followers as a 10-foot-tall, grey-haired wizard, dressed in silk and never wearing a hat. Or sometimes he will appear as a 20-foot-tall floating pyramid, covered in shifting multicoloured lights. Azuth was once a mortal wizard and a follower of Mystra, the goddess of magic. Very few accounts of his mortal life remain, but it is understood that he attempted to steal a portion of Savras, the god of divination's power. After some setbacks and culminating in a battle against Savras himself, Azuth finally managed to seal the all-seeing god away in a staff, creating a powerful magical artifact known as the Scepter of Savras. Eventually, Mystra decided to elevate Azuth to godhood as the Lord of Spells, according to some tales even taking him as a lover, though other stories claim that Azuth harboured a secret love for one of Mystra's mortal champions that caused some tension between the Lord of Spells and the Lady of Magic. Now Azuth serves Mystra still and holds both Savras and Velsharun, the god of necromancy, under his command. Upon death, his faithful shall join him in his domain, known as Dwemerheart, located upon the plain of Elysium close to Mystra's domain. He also keeps a secret demiplane, a cave full of magical wonders, in Buxenus on the second level of Arcadia. As part of his domain, Azuth can sense the discovery, the transcription, and the casting of spells anywhere in the world, as long as the event affects 500 people or more. Interpersonally, Azuth is known for his dry wit and love of wordplay, which contributes to his somewhat deserved reputation for arrogance, cantankerousness, and a furious temper when angered. Certainly, he is slow to change with the times and is known to be troubled by shifting tides within the weave, which governs the flow of magic. Though straight-faced to a point where it is hard to know if he is joking or not, Azuth is quite fond of small acts of kindness, meaningful gifts, and droll humour. Azuth is a lesser deity, and his lawful neutral alignment represents his general support for structure, without very much concern for the morality behind it. While he is primarily worshipped by spellcasters, his devotees also include many monks who defend his temples against foes that a wizard would normally struggle against. Many of his clerics adopt the arcana, or knowledge domains, and he grants them the power to turn and destroy undead, a matter of simply returning the dead to their rightful place. The weapon of choice among his church is the quarterstaff, which imitates the powerful, iron-shod, runed and gem-tipped artifact wielded by the Lord of Spells himself, simply known as the Old Staff. The holy time for his followers to pray for spells is at dusk, which combines two of his favourite things, reading and dinner. When his followers named Azuthans gather, it involves the reading out loud of texts on any subject, though usually related to magic or mysteries of some variety. They also celebrate a faith-wide holiday whenever a wizard achieves the coveted rank of Magister. Azuthan churches are to be found wherever civilization gives wizards the luxury of undisturbed study, and his worship is particularly established in Kalimshan, Halrua, Thay, Lantern, Sembia, and certain Chisentan city-states. His clergy are guided by powerful spellcasters known as Magistrati, who are responsible for maintaining the Mage bond, which is a law dating back to Azuth's mortal days that prohibits wizards from allowing their disputes to cause havoc and destruction in the wider community. Wizardly duels, it states, must be conducted in private, following secret rules aimed to limit death and destruction. The leaders of Azuthan temples are named the First, or Revered One, to their followers. These positions are held for life, and with access to magic capable of renewing youth, these entrenched positions very rarely change hands. The most senior agents of Azuth's will are supernatural spellcasters known as the Favored. While the Favored are commonly believed to be the raised spirits of long-dead wizards, in fact they are the involuntary creations of Azuth's subconscious mind. The Favored manifest such powers as telekinesis and flight, and these spirits travel the world over, guiding research and spreading inspiration into understanding the weave through structured formulae into the precise nature of magic. A fixation that ironically places the Azuthan Church at odds with the more fluid understanding of magic as espoused by Mistra and her followers. In my world, both the nations of Halrua and Thay have been obliterated, and with them the headquarters of two of the most powerful Azuthan factions, the Spell Savants of Thay and the Loom Weavers of Halrua. Their vast knowledge of spellcasting is therefore either lost to the world or left in the hands of scattered refugees. It is understood that much of Thay's magical knowledge was taken to Rashomon by liberated Rashemi slaves. So it would seem on face value that the legacy of the spell savants has now been incorporated into the magic of the Hathran witches. While, in contrast, the largest Halruan population now resides among the principalities of the Sunset Vale, which could very well explain the strange magic seemingly drawn up from the land itself that is capable of affecting whole nations and is wielded by the young rulers of the Vale. The Edicts of the Azuthan Faith are as follows. Approach magic through reason, reducing it down to its component parts through careful study and meditation. Remain calm and cautious when casting spells, lest you risk mistakes that even magic cannot undo. Be wise in the art, and mindful of when it is best to avoid magic entirely. Teach others to expand their knowledge and of the art itself, so that knowledge of magic may spread throughout Faerun. Teach others that magical power belies grave responsibility, as you live by this idea yourself. Learn every spell you discover, and add it as well to your temple library. And finally, do not hoard your knowledge, and encourage creativity in magic, in all ways, and at all times.